Hello, hello, everybody. How is everybody this doing this New Year's Eve? Let's go ahead, share this out, and we'll get started. I'm a little bit late. I was having a little trouble getting on here, but we are here, and I have an exclusive coupon code for you guys for an additional 25% off. Almost every single item I added into the carousel, and we're going to go over all those together. Let me know what you guys are doing for New Year's Eve. We actually have company coming over, some kind of cleaning up and getting ready. So it's going to be super, super fun bringing in the new year with all my family, and I cannot wait to see everybody. But we're going to start talking about new year, new you. What are some things that you actually are going to do for yourself in this upcoming 2026? And we're just going to have a chat. This is just a little bit of a more of a laid back kind of live, not too much information going on, but just so you guys can get that additional 25% off. And just let me know what you guys are doing for New Year's Eve and what you're going to bring into this new year. So let's go ahead and share this out. Let me make sure that my sound is okay. Perfect. Okay, make sure that you are clicking that claim deals button now. An extra 25% off is not something that we do all of the time. So I do recommend if you guys would like to stock up on any products, if there's any products you want to try or anything like that, now's the time to actually do it. So you guys can go grab these items. Most of the items I did put in there for you, I made sure they had that additional savings. And we're going to go over some of my favorites and just go over flavors and textures and things like that. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them into the chat box. I do not mind ever answering any questions for you. We will be live till about 1 o'clock, maybe a little bit after since I was a little bit late. So feel free to do your shopping in that time so you guys can grab those savings. Let me go ahead and just put this into the chat box. Give me 1 second. Also, I am actually putting back up that little sparkling mocktail we did use and we did actually make the other day together. Because I think that this is the perfect time. Maybe you guys want to go ahead and make it, but I did go ahead and use the lemonades, which I actually really, really love. We finished off the one that we did use, but you guys can go in the carousel. Most of those lemonades are actually for additional 25% off, which is pretty incredible. So you guys can go ahead and make that as well. So let's get started. I'm going to roll this video this way for those of you who have not seen it. You guys can go ahead and watch it, and I'll explain to you kind of how I made it as well. Yeah, so all I did was go ahead and use some really nice, beautiful blueberries. I actually had them in the freezer. I did also use date syrup, which is actually higher in fiber and lower in sugar. So I'm kind of trying to limit some of my sugar intake this year. That is one of the things I'm really trying to be mindful of. I added some fresh lemon juice in there. And let me just tell you, if you do not have blueberries on hand, you can absolutely use any kind of mixed berries. You can do like strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. You could do one of those or a mix of them, but it really, really delicious and fresh tasting. Definitely go ahead and make sure that you are kind of like mashing it up. So it's going to have this beautiful natural fruit juice on the bottom. I did go ahead and add some ice in there, which is really great because I do like ice in like my little mocktails and cocktails. This is what I use. So I did go ahead and use these lemonades. Let me see if I have a flavor here for you to show you. But I did go ahead and use the berry flavor. So I will go over some of those in a minute. Actually, I do have one. This is the mango. So you guys can use whatever flavor you want. I do actually like to just kind of like play around with flavors and that kind of thing. I added like half of that mixed berry lemonade, sea moss melt lemonade, and then I added some sparkling water up top. I just had like a cherry flavor in the house, so that's exactly what I used. And then I actually went ahead and put a little slice of lemon on the top and some more fresh blueberries. And that's pretty much it. What I love about this is you can make this for your kids as well, so they feel kind of like special on these special occasions. So you don't have to worry about like alcohol or anything in there. You're also getting sea moss in there as well. Your recommended dosage for these lemonades are one full bottle you can have per day, but I actually like to split it up. So I actually like to do half of the bottle instead of the entire whole bottle. And I like to mix it up with like juice, or I'll put like sparkling water in there. It's really delicious, but for me, I'm just trying to cut a little bit back on the sugar, and so I just go ahead and do half of it. You can also definitely do all kinds of other kind of sparkling mocktails and cocktails with this as well. But this is just kind of like what we had in the house, so I kind of like put that together for you guys. So let me actually go ahead and let me take my phone off the charger. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this one. This one is actually the mixed flavors of your lemonades. They come in a 4-pack. You will get an additional 25% off of this one. And you're actually going to get the mixed berry, which is what I used in this recipe. You will also get the mango. You will also get the pina colada and lemon. If I'm going to be honest with you, my favorite flavor, actually, my kids really like it too, is the pina colada. That's the one that we really do love. And I actually like all of them, but that's like my favorite flavor. This is the little recipe. I didn't really put measurements on it because I kind of like did this as I went along. And you guys can absolutely do this the way you want. If you don't have date syrup on hand, you can really use some honey. You can use some, anything along that line. You can use some maple syrup if you wanted to. You don't have to use date syrup. Absolutely can just cut the sugar down a little bit and use something a little more natural. You can also use a little cane sugar if you wanted to. You can definitely do this the way you want, but definitely think about little combinations you guys can use to make your own little sparkling mocktail, because it was actually kind of fun. My oldest really did enjoy it. He really loved it. So let me know if you guys try it. This is the mixed pack that I have highlighted for you. So you're going to get four. And this is the bottles. They are 12 fluid ounces. And just so you guys know, this one actually is the mango. It has 18 grams of your sea moss in here. Let's see, calories are 85. Let's see, total sugars are 13 grams. Now, just so you guys are aware, there's no added sugars in here. So just so you guys know, there is like the sugars are coming from monk fruit juice, they're coming from regular natural fruit juices, the mango juice that they put in there. So you definitely want to make sure you know that they don't have like added artificial flavors or colors or anything like that in there. Everything is very natural. Which I appreciate. I like to try the mixed flavor ones just because I feel like it's really, I just like to mix it up a little bit, but they also come in packs of 4 of the same flavor if you guys want to grab them that way as well. So this one says, make your sea moss lemonade your daily habit. Like I said, this is not just good for like warm weather. This is a really nice electrolyte as well, even if you're working out, to replenish those minerals and vitamins into your diet. This one says fresh and hydrate on sunny days. Enjoy with meals instead of soda, which I actually do like soda. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure sometimes. We don't usually buy it, to be honest with you, only for like special occasions. But this is actually a great swap out if you guys don't want to have like those really bad sodas. I know they're horrible for you. But this is a nice little swap out. You also have enjoy the taste, keep your goals. Absolutely. You also have support your pre-workout routine. So again, you can get your full dose of CMOS if you do go ahead and drink the entire thing. I like to do half and then do another half. That's kind of like the label on there. So it's GMO free. It is 100% natural, 100% vegan. And it is obviously a sea product because it's coming from the sea. So you guys, they all kind of say the same. Obviously, they're going to be different, like grams of sugars and things, just because of the fruit juice that they're putting in there. And here is something that I thought was really nice. They came out with a ton of different other flavors. So we're going to go over some of those. I don't have them here, but some of their new flavors actually has an additional 25% off, which I'm going to tell you something, they don't usually have that kind of savings on brand new products. So we're going to go through them. Let's see. Let's go through some of the lemonades I have in the carousel. So this one is the mixed flavored, like I just talked about, the mango, the lemon, and then you do have your pina colada and your mixed berry. This one actually is just all 4 bottles of your pina colada if you just want specifically that flavor. And like I said, you are going to get that additional 25% off. Let me go through. This is a brand new flavor, which I have not seen before. This one is the mixed berry. I'm sorry, that actually is not a brand. That's the flavor that we use. It's just a different bottle. So they are updating their packaging, just so you know. I showed you that with like some of the gummies. So they're doing that with the lemonades as well. So that is actually the mixed berry that I used. Additional 25% off at checkout, and you'll get 4 of those bottles. Let's see if I put any other flavors. This is a brand new flavor. This is your passion fruit and elderberry. Of course, passion fruit is this really beautiful tropical flavor. You add your elderberry in there, which is going to give you more vitamin C, which is going to be amazing for immune boost. So that's a really great one. I've not tried that one before. And I just can't believe they're actually going to give you that percentage off even on those brand new items. Then you have the blood orange and rosemary. And let me just go ahead and double check. I just want to make sure on any of the product pages they don't have anything additionally, because they did actually have something the other day. So we're going to keep doing that with some of the other products just to make sure you're not missing out on savings. So when you guys are clicking those product pages, just make sure that you are making sure there's no other coupon codes, and sometimes you can combine them. It just depends on your account. Blood orange and rosemary. Let's see. And I don't know. Let me just double check. So it says blood orange concentrate, lemon puree, monk fruit, purified water, and wild crafted sea moss. That's it. So like I said, there's no like added junk in these. These are just really delicious, very natural flavors. So really highly recommend. Let's see if we have any more. We do. We have the cherry. Let's see what they put in this one. So sometimes they put other flavors and things in there, just depends. Again, an extra 25% off on these flavors is pretty incredible. Let's see, this one does have cherry puree, lemon puree, monk fruit, purified water, and your wild crafted sea moss. That's actually really sounds delicious. I love cherry flavored. Let's see if there's any other ones. Like I said, these are all brand new. This one is part of the multi-pack, but if you just want the lemon lemonade, which is actually kind of almost like a lemon Gatorade kind of flavor, honestly, but not so sugary. It's just like a natural lemon. This one is really good. Um, this was one of my personal favorites. And like I said, you can get an additional 25% off and you will get 4 pack of that flavor. Let's see. This is another one that I'm definitely ordering for myself, especially at the additional savings. Love anything watermelon flavored. I am obsessed with watermelon flavored, and this is actually watermelon mint. So I think that would be super refreshing, really, really delicious. So I'm definitely want to try that one. These are brand new, you guys. Let's see. Okay, so that's actually all of the lemonades I put in there. However, feel free to go to that listing. They have all the flavors in there. So they do have your blood orange, your cherry, you have mixed berry, regular lemon, you have lemon ginger, which I didn't link for you guys, but it is in that listing. You do have your pina colada, you have mango, which is the one that I have here. This is the last one. We drank all of the other ones. You do have, let's see, your mango and pink pepper, and the watermelon peppermint. So I'm excited to try some of these new flavors. Maybe you guys want to do that as well. Perfect timing to do that. Okay. So let's go over some of the other things. I'm just going to keep that little video rolling for you guys so you have something to look at, but definitely do your shopping within this hour because you want to make sure you get that 25% off. So I don't you want you guys to miss that. They only do this for special occasions, and this is it. So this is the last day of 2025, you guys, and I am excited for this year to be over. This has been a little bit of a stressful year, just personally, but I am so excited to get back on track, back on my wellness journey. And some of these things that I'm going to be doing, obviously staying consistent with my CMOS, because this is something I've been doing all the time. It's been super incredible for my sleep support, which is really something that I've struggled with. I've struggled with staying asleep, getting to sleep. And this is something that actually has been really beneficial for me. I really do love blends when it comes to having ashwagandha in there. But that is one of the things that I am committed to be doing in the new year is actually getting up earlier and going to bed earlier. Because I feel like my body is really trying to tell me that you are not a youngin anymore. Stop staying up so late and just be, you want to make sure that you are getting your stuff done throughout the day. You can get stuff done earlier and more efficiently. Another thing that I'll be doing is meal prepping, and this is something that we have been talking about. Meal prepping, I think, is going to be super helpful, especially when you have like really busy lives. Everybody works. My son is a senior in high school. My husband's a nurse and he's working. My other son is working in a warehouse and he works. So everybody's kind of busy. So one of the things I think will be really helpful is meal prepping for everybody. So just taking a day, whether it's a day on the weekend, just to make sure that we have at least some of those meals ready, is going to help all of us stay back on track. So the easiest thing for us to do now is grab at those really not so great things like the microwavable meals, things like that, which are horrible for you, full of chemicals, things that you don't want in your body. So meal prepping is gonna kind of help in that situation. So it's not going to be like grabbing those kind of like really bad things. Also keeping some more fresh items in the house, fruits and vegetables, whole fruits and vegetables. So this way, and some hummus, some avocado mash. We are going to do some salsas, things like that. So it's going to be easier to snack and actually stay on track in that way as well. And then we're going to start exercising together. So personally, not a fan of exercise. Not going to lie. It's not my favorite thing. I did used to run back in the day, and it's just not something I really do enjoy currently. But I definitely know that I have to move my body more. I'm getting older and definitely want to make sure that I am not only getting stronger, but making sure that the older I get, that I can be around and do things not only for like my kids, but also for grandkids, things along that line. I don't want to be a burden when I get older. I want to do the things that I can do now to be healthier when I do get older. So we are going to start working out together. That's going to be super interesting. So, I mean, it is what it is, but definitely we have all the things here that we can use. We have weights, we do have a treadmill, we have a total gym, we have all different things that we can be using. And honestly, there's absolutely no excuse as to why we're not doing it. So that is one of the things we are really going to bring into 2026. I know we have a lot of creators on here who love to work out on live stream. I'm not that brave, so I don't think I'll be able to do that with you guys. But saying it out loud and telling you guys what we'll be doing is kind of holding myself accountable. And I feel like that this is something that's going to be helpful for you guys too. So if you're getting on track with your little wellness journey or trying to be healthier, I'm not talking like you have to do something that's so drastic, right? So you can be really overwhelmed. Even like I was like on this point where I was like, I'm looking at all the labels of everything I have in the house. I'm like, well, this is not good. This is full of sugar. This is full of chemicals. This is full of ingredients that I don't like or don't want in my body. We're just going to get rid of everything in the house and start fresh. That's not being realistic. But really trying to be mindful of what I'm purchasing in the next new year and really trying to do things more natural, like organically. Whole foods, like I said, is going to be something that I don't think my family is going to be too happy with me about, but I'm doing it because I love them and because I want everybody to be healthier. So it's going to be a little bit of a journey, and I might get, they might not be too happy with me right away, but they're going to start feeling better, right? When you're eating not great, you're eating those processed foods, those things like chips and things like that are easy to grab at, you don't really feel good, right? It weighs you down, it weighs your body down. You're not getting those nutrients that your body is craving. You're just filling your belly with all this junk that's really not doing too much for you. So, that is one of the things that we are going to be doing as well. So, let's go over some of these products. Feel free to let me know what you guys are doing in the new year. I'd love to know. Or you're just going to be like, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of like, okay, January, we are starting January 1, we are going to be being healthier. But this is something that I feel like also people will say. And then also, like in February, March, all of a sudden everybody's off their wellness journey. This is a lifetime worth of health, you guys. And that's the way that I've been trying to look at this. Because sometimes you're not going to be perfect and you're going to fall off track, and that's absolutely okay. But the best thing to do is be consistent. And one of the things that I've been consistent with for almost 7 months now is taking my CMOS. Some of the things that I have been really blessed with taking this, and now everybody's body's different. We're going to use it differently. Your body's going to use your CMOS for what it needs at that time. It fills in these nutritional gaps to what your body is craving and what it needs. I know I'm deficient in iron, so it's really been helpful for that. I know that I also am deficient in vitamin D. I also really need to keep mindful of taking enough magnesium. So these are some of those things that I know that I really needed to uh, put into my body and really make sure that I'm doing that. So sea moss is our multivitamin of the sea, right? We have over 90 minerals and vitamins in there, which is actually pretty incredible. If you do your research, you are going to see that everybody who has been taking sea moss has been feeling some type of improvement, some type of feeling better. So it just depends on how your body is going to use it, but give it like a month. Pick any of the products in the carousel. This is a perfect time to do so to get that savings. And then you guys can go ahead and start your journey, but also really feel like give it a month. I think your body needs to kind of adjust and really kind of feel what it feels like to have CMOS in your body. I feel like the first week is for me was more of like a detox, honestly. And I will be honest, it wasn't like a fun time. My stomach was a little upset. I felt like I was using the bathroom really often. I actually felt like I was coming down with the flu. But realizing my body was actually detoxing, was actually getting used to taking that sea moss. In the second week, I started feeling much better. I felt like I was just being more my body was just kind of getting used to it and getting back on a regular routine, not so much backed up. I was definitely feeling less bloated. I was feeling just like more, not as like gassy or heavy. Um, I also was feeling more energized, which is something I was really struggling with. And I actually went to the doctor, and you guys know this, you've heard this before, because I was really tired. Like I was very fatigued to the point where I almost like every single day wanted to take a nap, like midday. And that's not normal. That's not something that we should be feeling. That for me was a heads up knowing that there was something wrong, whether it was not enough nutrition in my diet, whether it was my thyroid, which my thyroid is slowing, hormones, stress, cortisol levels, all those things that kind of contribute to you not getting proper sleep and also being fatigued throughout the day. So that's one of the things that I was really concerned about. My hormone levels were really kind of wacky. I really felt like I was all over the place. My moods were really bad. My family was running from me. The week before, I would get my friend, and that's not something that I want to feel. Okay. I'm 45. I'm definitely in that perimenopause stage. If I'm not, I'm already in there. And I definitely want to work on my mood support because it's definitely going to be a struggle with your hormones kind of all over the place, dipping and getting higher and lower. I mean, it's just like a crazy roller coaster, and you can actually feel that. sea moss can actually help you in that way. So if you guys are struggling in anything like that, I do think that maybe sea moss might be something you want to try. Do your own research. Look at the reviews, click on any of the products, and then go ahead and look at some of these reviews, because I promise you it is going to be mind blowing, because that's one of the things that I was actually kind of stunned about. So just even clicking on this one. So if you guys want to click on this particular product, let me go ahead and grab it for you guys. This one is actually the most popular gel, which is the mango pineapple. Okay. If you guys are looking for a super sweet, sunshine filled, flavor packed gel, this is the one that you want. It's delicious. It's really yummy. It's a very tropical flavor. I think you guys would really enjoy it. But if you just look at this, if you click on that product page, you're going to see, in my end, I'm seeing over 7,000 of these gels have been bought within the month. Okay. Then if you go ahead, I'm going to click on some of the reviews, and I'm also going to read some of these for you, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what people are saying about this. So here's one of those reviews. Great for skin and gut health. Taste is pretty great, even if you dislike fish. So I'm going to be honest with you. It does have like an oceany flavor. It's not fishy. If your sea moss tastes fishy, throw it out. It's not good. Okay. It's this particular one says, was worried I was buying into a social media gimmick, but end up really surprised with how great it is. I am now on my second jar. I bought the pineapple mango flavor and the taste is surprisingly present. You can still catch a hint of that sea flavor, kind of like a fruity sea salt, but it's not overpowering. I don't eat fish because I don't like the sea salty taste, and this was still great. After a few days I didn't even notice it anymore. And this particular one is also saying, noticed an immediate difference in my skin, energy, and digestion. I also love that I was able to cut down on taking so many supplements since this is chalked with so many vitamins and minerals. Definitely recommend giving this a chance. So that's just one of the reviews, okay? Like I said, do your own research and go ahead and read some of these. And we're going to go over some of these as well. Here's the second one right underneath it, sea moss. I love the flavor of the sea moss, and it's helped my whole family with congestion due to coughs and cold. The price and quality are excellent. So if you didn't know this already about sea moss does contain this mucilagenic kind of texture. There's no gelatin in it. We do say it's like almost like a gelatinized kind of texture. Let me show you. However, that could actually be really, really helpful for cold and flu season. Let me just show you. So you guys can see it kind of has this jelly-like texture to it. There's no gelatin, you guys. They have used this for centuries for cold and flu. They've also used it for medicinal properties. They use it for wound healing. They've also used it for nutritional health. But specifically, this one is talking about like congestion due to cold and cough. That mucilagenic kind of texture is going to coat your sinuses. It's going to coat your lungs. It's going to coat your throat. It's actually going to loosen that congestion and that mucus, and it's actually going to help you get rid of it quicker. So, if you guys are struggling with any kind of allergies or anything along that line, this can actually be super helpful in that way. So, let's go to the next one underneath it. It says, let's all try sea moss. Arrived right on time, was packed with perfection. Tastes great. I feel the difference in my energy levels. I really like this stuff. It smells fruity and tastes sweet. It definitely has the texture of baby food, but I was able to get past that. Definitely worth every penny. Now, if you guys are somebody who is not a fan of the texture, I'm with you. I didn't actually like it when I first tried it. I was like, ugh, this is not something that I can take. And I'm just not lying. Um, but as I went along with trying different flavors, I really started finding some flavors I loved and I can take by themselves. But I also really do love to mix my sea moss gel into recipes. I like to bake with it. I like to cook with it. I also love to put it in smoothies. You guys know this. You've seen this. We just did like a Wicked inspired smoothie not too long ago. So if you guys are not a fan of that texture, definitely mix it in, bake with it, cook with it, things along that line. You're still going to get those same benefits. So, okay, so let's go to a different product, and we're going to read some of those reviews. So let's go to actually the berry lemonade, and this is what we actually used in our little recipe. And let's see some of the reviews on here. So the berry lemonade had over 50 bought this past month. And that was just for that 4 pack of the berry. Let's go ahead and read some of these reviews. It says, here's the first one. I'm just going in order of like the first one. Okay, so it says tasteful. I didn't care too much for the pina colada, but overall it was very tasty. Don't know if I would get it again because it could become expensive. So perfect timing to use that 25% off coupon. Another person said I gave it a 5. This product is very good and healthy. Let's see. It says great flavor, tasted better than I thought it would. Plan on buying more. Just wish the bottle size was a bit bigger, but other than that was good. So again, do what I do, and you can get the sea moss bottles. And like I said, I don't typically drink the entire thing in one shot. I actually love to just do half at a time and just actually put it like with some water, some carbonated water, and do it that way. I actually don't like to drink the entire thing in one sitting. So that's how I kind of do it. And this way you can kind of get more bang for your buck as well. So let's go ahead and click the gummies. Like I said, I kind of want to just go over some of these with you. Ashwagandha gummies are favorite in our house. We love them. In fact, let's see. This is actually the jar. I don't have the pouch. We ran out of the pouch. So this is your ashwagandha gummy. Let me see if I have the bottle here for you guys. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if I put that one in there. If not, you can go to the storefront and they have that one in there. Okay, actually I do. Perfect. Okay. So this is the jar that I have here. It's actually a little more cost effective to buy them in the jar than the pouch. I like the pouch because it's really easy to travel with. And I really do love that that it doesn't take up too much room. But if you're looking for a little less price on here, this is the one that you want. And again, you can get that additional 25% off. So let's go ahead and read this one real quickly. Clicking on the ashwagandha gummies. And there's also save 10% off on 2 items. So this one, let's see, read some of the reviews on here as well. Like I said, I do enjoy doing that because I like to do my own research on products. So let's see. It says, tastes great. Me and my kids love the gummies much more than the gel. Tastes like regular gummy bears. I'm a returning customer. It says, amazing taste. Thought it was going to be, I don't know what that means, but it was definitely enjoying them. Let's see. Yeah, so gummies are a great option. If you guys are not somebody who wants the gels, gummies are a great option to get your CMOS dose in. So they have a ton of different ones, you guys. You have your regular CMOS, you have your elderberry. Let me go ahead and grab them so you guys can see. They're all linked in the carousel, and you're going to get percentages off on all of these. So this is your regular one, and these are just the jars that I have here. This is your regular 1200 milligrams. This is perfect for your kids. I do feel like that they'll love to pick their own flavor. This is really good. They have cherry, they have orange, lemon. They do have like a green apple and elderberry flavor. Really delicious. If you guys want to grab those, let me see if I have those in the carousel for you. Like I said, you guys can shop that carousel. We have maybe, let's see. about 10 minutes-ish, a little more than 10 minutes if you guys want to get that additional 25% off. Every single item has that except for the drops, which I'm actually going to put in my water in a second. I didn't have my sea moss yet today. Okay, where did I put those gummies? Hold on. Hold, please. Where'd the jar go? Here they are. So that's what these are. These are your regular CMOS gummies, 1200 milligrams. Two gummies is your recommended dose per day. If you're giving this to your child, I would say 5+, then definitely go ahead and only give them one. You want to half the dose. Obviously, talk to their doctor to just make sure it's safe for them, and also talk to your doctor as well, just because sea moss contains iodine, which is super, super amazing for your thyroid, your metabolism, your hormone health. However, if you do have underlying conditions or you take certain medications, you just want to make sure your doctor advises it's okay. So, absolutely have that conversation. Let's see. You also have these gummies. Let me go ahead and highlight them for you. One second. Um, Hold on. I usually have them all together. Like I said, we have company coming later, so a little all over the place. I apologize. Okay, elderberry gummies, really delicious. This is something you guys all need in your pantry, especially when it comes to cold and flu season. Like I said, pretty obsessed with this flavor. It's really good. But more so, I really do love the benefits behind anything elderberry. So this is something that's been around for a really long time. People have been using elderberry for cold and flu season, really to boost that immune function and really trying to protect yourself from cold and flu, but also helps you get better quicker. So definitely feel like elderberry is a must-have, especially in this cold and flu season. This is the elderberry gummies. Like I said, really, really good. Two gummies is your recommended dosage, and you can absolutely go ahead and give this to your child and just half the dose. You don't want to give them a full dose. And then you have, let's see. Okay, we did the elderberry, we did the regular sea moss gummies, we did the ashwagandha gummies in the jar. And let me go ahead. So the only thing that is not the additional 25% off is actually the drops. But I really do want to highlight these for you guys because this is something I feel like is really helpful to get your dose of your sea moss in a really nice natural energy boost that you're going to feel almost right away within like 30 seconds. To be honest with you, because it is a liquid, it's going to get in your bloodstream super, super quickly. So these are the apple drops. And now in that same listing, you do have all the flavors. So I wasn't able to put them all in because we're only allowed a certain amount. But these are the flavors that you guys can go ahead and grab. Let's see. So you have your apple, which is amazing if you are an athlete, if you're somebody who works out. It's really good for endurance. It's really great for muscle health and muscle recovery. It's a really awesome, super delicious, like Jolly Rancher flavor. So if you guys are somebody who likes green apple Jolly Ranchers, this is my favorite. I'm almost actually out of this one. So I'm actually going to go ahead, open my water bottle, and this is how I like to do it. Now, usually I have my like Stanley tumbler with ice and water in there. But I just have this one right now. So we're gonna do two, actually let's do one because I might have sea moss later on. Like I said, we're gonna be around friends and family a whole ton later on. So I definitely want to get my vitamins in. We're just gonna do one dropper full in here. I'm just gonna put it in my water bottle, you guys. You can put this in juice, you can put it in tea, you can put it in any kind of liquid, you can mix it in. And I'm just going to shake it up. You can put this in your kids' like juices or water bottles, and I'm telling you, they won't even notice that it's in there. It gives it a very light apple or flavor or any of the flavors you choose. And it's a really easy to take. It's very good. So if you guys are not somebody who loves the gels, this is actually super cost effective. So it's only $19.99. So you actually don't even need that extra savings on there. I'll be honest with you, because this is an entire month's worth. Okay. Really good. Let me go ahead and click on it just to see. Yeah, Really delicious. So, like I said, just added it into my water bottle. You don't even really notice that it's in there. And that's it. And I sip on it throughout the entire day. So, cheers. So good. I don't even taste any apple, anything in there. So, if you have a picky eater, your kids are giving you a problem with taking their vitamins, go ahead and sneak some of these drops into their juices. You can put it in their milk. You can put it in their cereal if you wanted to and mix it in. You put it in their yogurt. They won't even know that it's in there, which is pretty awesome. But I would actually half that dose. So when it comes to any of the products, if you're giving this to your kid, definitely half the dose. You don't want to give them a full dose. Okay, so let's just go double check, make sure I went over all these products. Let's go back to the beginning real quickly. Hold on. And I'm just going to go through all of them real fast. Okay, passion fruit. Really yummy, very sweet, very tropical like. I really do enjoy this one. This one is actually in my top 5 flavor. Really good just by itself. I don't even have to mix it into anything. Like I just like it by itself. You have your True Sea Moss raw. Um, Sea moss, wildcrafted, sun dried. So let me go ahead and show you this real quickly. So those of you who are new here, this is kind of what your sea moss looks like right out of the sea, you guys. This has been sun dried on the shore. They go ahead and pick it and harvest it from very clean, pristine waters. And they are marine protected waters. And they go ahead and they sun dry it right there on the beach there. Then they go ahead and bring it to the United States. They do their third party testing and then they go ahead and package them up. But this is what it looks like. It has really awesome ingredients, and not ingredients, they have really great instructions. You're going to take that sea moss out. I would just do a handful at a time. You're going to rinse it really, really well. You're going to also make sure there's no sand or anything in there. Like I said, minimally processed. They did not do any of that for you. You're going to rinse that sand and grit right out. Then you're going to soak it in water for about 72 hours, 48, 72 hours, just depends. You're going to see that it's actually, instead of being dried like this, it's going to like triple or more in size. It's going to absorb that water that you're soaking it in. Just make sure that you are using really clean water and like spring water. You don't want to use tap water, absolutely not. After you go ahead and soak it, you're going to put it in a blender with a little more liquid and you're going to blend it up. And exactly what you're making are the gels. So you can flavor it the way you want. You can leave it plain if you wanted to, so to add it into things, you're not going to taste it. But if you have the time to make your sea moss and you are interested in doing that, this is actually probably the best cost-effective way to actually make your gels, to make them on your own. And it's actually super fun, and I would include your kids. Your kids might get a kick out of doing that as well. This is the 4 pack of the 4 different flavors of those lemonades. If you guys want to grab that one, we went over that. This is your 4 pack of just plain pina colada. If you guys want that flavor. This is your 5-in-1 immune support, amazing, incredible gel. This one has that really beautiful ginger flavor to it with a hint of mango. It does have your ashwagandha, black seed oil, vitamin C, Irish sea moss in there. And this is going to be really amazing for this time of year, especially for immune function. This is also incredible for hormone health. I definitely love to cook with this one, mix it into teas. It's super, super yummy. So definitely grab that one. That's a must have. Mango pineapple, that's the top flavor. We went over that. This is your 4 pack of your berries lemonades. This is the pouch of the ashwagandha gummies. If you guys want to grab that one, that's just the same thing as this, exactly the same amount, 60 gummies, 30-day supply, except it's in that travel pouch. You also have the cherry gel, which you guys have been obsessed with. One of our personal favorite flavors. Cherry is so good. It actually has a very like tart cherry flavor to it. It's really, really good, you guys. If you're looking for a new flavor, cherry is where it's at. It's super yummy. And cherry also contains melatonin in it, so it actually helps with rest and it actually helps with sleep as well. I didn't actually know that. If you don't want gel, they have the capsules. So if you guys want to go ahead and grab this one, this is actually your sea moss capsules with elderberry. It's 11% off right now, and you can get that additional savings as well, which is pretty actually incredible when it comes to anything with elderberry. Elderberry is pretty expensive, you guys. That same listing also has regular sea moss capsules. Those are 4 capsules per day, 1600 milligrams, and that's a great way to take them as well. You also have your sea moss soaps, which you know I love. I have them here. We definitely use these in our shower. They have 2 different ones you can choose from. They do contain your wildcrafted sea moss. They are handcrafted. They do have your matcha green tea. You also have your aloe bergamot. That's one of the sets. The other set has your oatmeal honey, and you also have your coffee vanilla coconut. That's my personal favorite set. This one is your plain mango. If you guys don't want your gel with the pineapple in it and you just want the mango flavor, really creamy, really delicious, bright mango flavor. You also have your strawberry gel, which we love in my house. We love strawberry gel. We use this for pretty much any kind of smoothie or anything like that. If you guys want to grab the strawberry, it definitely tastes like it's like a strawberry preserve along that kind of flavor. Um, we went over the gummies. Let's see. Soursop is the number 2 flavor, you guys. I didn't know this. Um, but soursop is such an amazing, creamy, delicious, delicious flavor. This one has a beautiful texture to it. It really does taste kind of like a kiwi slash pear, but the creaminess of like a banana. I don't know. It really is good. You guys should give it a try. It definitely has like a sweet, sour, salty flavor profile to it. It's the perfect kind of balance of all of those flavors. Um, let's see. We went over the passion fruit elderberry lemonade. You also have your blood orange lemonade. Like I said, that those 2 are brand new flavors. You have your plain pineapple gel if you guys want to grab that one. Like I said, really sweet. That's actually the first flavor that I tried and it wasn't my favorite. I'm not lying. I wasn't like a fan at first, but then like getting used to that sea moss kind of texture flavor, which is not bad. It's just I was a texture person. Some people just are obsessed with it right away. But the pineapple one is so sweet. It really does taste like a really ripe pineapple. Really good. Let's see. This is your sea moss regular gummy multi-flavored pouch. So if you guys are somebody who doesn't want the jar, you guys can absolutely go ahead and grab the pouch. And just so you guys see, this pouch is the older packaging. Okay. This is the older packaging. This is not what you're going to get. You're going to get the one that looks like the picture, which is more updated. So it's the same exact product. It just means that it's more updated. Orange gel, really, really refreshing, bright orange flavor. It really does taste like just like orange juice, but a little gelatinized. It's really good. Definitely a very, very delicious one. You have your 3,000 milligrams of your Irish sea moss gummy. So if you guys don't realize this, hold on. Let me see if I can find them real quickly. The 3,000 milligrams is exactly similar to this one. Where did I put it? Hold on. Except the 3,000 milligram actually is a lot stronger. It's like an extra strength version. So if you guys are looking more for a CMOS boost, definitely grab the 3,000 milligram ones. They have a citrus berry apple flavor profile. Cherry, that's your brand new cherry lemonade. Looks really good. I have not tried that before, but I know their cherry gel is incredible. So their cherry lemonade is probably just as good, if not better. Let's see. You have your elderberry gel. You need to grab this one for this kind of cold and flu season. Absolutely. Again, you guys, these are 25% off. That's on top of the pricing that you see there. You're going to see that 25% off at your checkout page. Just so you guys are aware, you might not see it in your cart until you go to the checkout page and you're going to see that additional savings. But again, this is the perfect time. Definitely go ahead and make sure you're stocking up. This is not going to last. They only give me that coupon code for you guys, the 25% off for special occasions. So this is the time to stock up. You have your, let's see. This one is your apple cider vinegar gummies. This one has 10 awesome blends in there if you guys want to grab that one. That one is really good for digestion. That one is actually really good. It has turmeric in it. That's really awesome for inflammation. So, really nice one. This is your capsules. So, again, if you're not somebody who wants the gels or anything like that, grab the capsules. Great way to travel. Put this in your closet. If you guys don't want to deal with any of the other items, it's not going to spoil as fast as the gels. Gels you have to keep in your fridge when you open them for up to 4 weeks, and then if not, you have to put them in the freezer. But these are really easy. So if you guys are just looking for a vitamin or a capsule, this is what you want. In fact, let me just double check. I think they had a price drop. Yeah, let's see. The elderberries actually has the sale on there. These actually are just the additional 25% off, but still, that's a really awesome price, you guys, for the entire month. You do have your, like I said, that is your sun-dried gold raw sea moss. If you guys want to make your own sea moss, let's see. You have your spirulina, which is a very light raspberry flavor, really good. That one is awesome, especially if you're an athlete. I know a lot of our friends here on True Sea Moss who work out are obsessed with the spirulina. It really helps with endurance, and it really does help with hydration, and it helps with muscle repair. We're going to do an entire live on this spirulina because I'm intrigued to see what all the benefits are because people have been really talking about the spirulina one. I've always used it for skin, hair, and nails, and I'm pretty obsessed with those kind of results, but people have been really loving it for working out. Lemon lemonade, 4 pack of that same flavor lemon. If you guys want to grab that one, let's see. Um, we're actually out of time, but let me go ahead and scroll through. Okay, that's the oatmeal honey, coffee vanilla coconut soap. This is your time to hurry up and check out for that additional savings. And don't worry, I'm actually going to be live with you guys tomorrow as well. So if you do miss out, I know this is New Year's Eve. You guys are probably either at work right now, maybe at lunchtime, or maybe preparing for New Year's Eve. Tomorrow, I will definitely be live with you guys as well. In fact, let me just double check my schedule. I think it's, let's see. Let me check. I think I'm live 7 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. Uh, let's see. One second. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Definitely make sure you guys are following the storefront, you guys. We have so many brand new things coming up for you. They have some really great products that are coming into stock that are nice new products you haven't seen before. And we have a lot of content and a lot of information, recipes, things like that that you don't want to miss. So I know this is kind of like the end of the year. We're kind of, all over the place. This is the last day of 2025, you guys. So everything's a little crazy right now, but definitely make sure you're giving it a follow because I promise you, you guys are not going to want to miss what's coming up. I promise. Let's see. So tomorrow's the first, and I will be live 7 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. So feel free to come on here and hang out with me, do some shopping. And I hope you guys have a very safe and a very fun New Year's Eve. We are, like I said, having company over, so we're trying to get ready for that today. But definitely feel free to come on and pop in tomorrow. But definitely have a safe New Year's Eve, and I will see you guys brand new 2026. And we're gonna discuss all the things about the upcoming year. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.